Look, the PlayStation Drive is starting. While you wait, make sure to like the video, subscribe to the channel, and hit the bell icon on YouTube to be notified of future goodness. If you enjoy our show, we'd love it if you gave us a 5-star review or rating on your podcast service of choice. To continue the conversation, join the Carpool Gaming Discord, where you can find a wholesome community to have a chit chat with. For some exclusive content, you can also support us on Patreon. And finally, don't forget to check out the Carpool Gaming website for an awesome range of merch. Links to all that and more are in the show notes, but without further ado, let's get revved up for the PlayStation Drive. Whoa!
What's up, everybody? Welcome on in. This is the PlayStation Drive, episode 187, zooming into your living rooms or cars or wherever you are listening to this or watching this right now. I'm one of your hosts, Ryan, and I'm joined, as always, by Fulia, Matt, and Ron. How's everyone doing this lovely Sunday evening or Sunday morning, depending on what you'd prefer?
Doing well.
For
Monday afternoon.
Prefer Sunday. Or Monday afternoon for Fulia. Sunday evening for Ron and I. Just enjoying the weather, Ryan. Finally. Yeah. Finally, the polar vortex is over. No more dumpings of snow. It's -3. It's a balmy -3 here in Toronto. And it was phenomenal. Stop shaking your heads, Ron. It was beautiful. Like, I was outside yesterday and today with my jacket open. I saw a dude walking downtown Toronto with a t-shirt. And I was like, you know what? Good for you, dude. You deserve that t-shirt in -3 because you know what? It's been too cold. It's been too much.
In -3.
And I was like, good for you, man. Yep. Oh yeah. Definitely.
I gotta see what -3 is in Fahrenheit. Hold on.
I mean, at least the snow hasn't gone away yet, Matt.
It's cold, Ron.
It's the snow is still persistent there because the city of Toronto told us this week. For those that don't know, it's going to take them 3 weeks to get rid of all the snow in the city. So.
A lot of snow.
That's how long it's going to take to get rid of it?
Yes, because there's so much of it.
Yeah. Yeah.
Matt, whoever you saw in a t-shirt walking around in your -3 weather, that's 26 degrees Fahrenheit. That's still super cold. What?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. That's how nice it is because, Ryan and I and everybody here in the Greater Toronto area, it's been like -20 without the wind chill, like, -22. That's what it's been like, when you go outside. And it just hurts. Like, your skin hurts because of how cold it is. So to be in -3, it's like, finally, just some retrieval from this polar vortex. Thank goodness. No. Yes.
I also have to say thank goodness, Matt, because, it wasn't me who started the weather talk this week. It was you. So, I'm so proud of you, my young disciple, for taking on the weather initiative for me.
It's exciting, Ryan. It's exciting that it's finally -3. That's the best thing I wanted to talk about tonight. See, Riley King in the chat knows what's up. It's sunny. It's all good.
Yeah.
Everybody loves it here. Everyone loves it. Everyone.
I'm sorry. I feel the same way.
Look, weather talk is great, y'all. Okay, we need to hear more about North Carolina weather every once in a while. Okay, Ron?
That's right. Yeah, what's going on down there?
It's cold. That's all you're going to get. So, I mean...
That's fine. That's fine. If you just want to say it's cold, we can move on. You'll be like the Family Guy weather guy who's just like, it's cold. It's raining.
There's no analysis that needs to be done. It's cold. We don't like to do that here. So that's it.
Riley King brings up a great point. We really do need a GTA weather podcast that just talks about the weather all the time. I think that's a great idea.
Good idea. I like it. I like it.
Well, I mean, while we've been yammering on about the weather, my front door has just been, knocking this whole time. I keep hearing the housekeeping. So, of course, we got new patrons over at patreon.com/carpoolgaming. Of course, starting with Todd Oxtra, joined at the ad-free all-in-one tier. So shout out to Todd Oxtra. And also, Andrew Nayland, who also joined in at the ad-free all-in-one tier. That is, of course, where you get all the podcasts ad-free, because if y'all didn't know this, if you're just watching on YouTube or maybe you don't listen to the free feeds, the free feed has an ad in it that you have to listen to, and you have to listen to even more of my voice. So, trying to sell Patreon to you. So if you don't want to have to deal with that, you can go to patreon.com/carpoolgaming, throw $1 in the old tip jar, sign up for that ad-free all-in-one tier, get yourself all the podcasts with no ads, just like Todd Oxtra and Andrew Nayland did. So shout out to them. Also, of course, we've got brand new Patreon content over on Patreon, starting with Amanda's podcast, Pants Podcast. It's out right now. You can go listen to it. She came out this morning. I'm sure she talks about pants and other questions that she answered from people. I haven't had a chance to listen to it. But Fulia, a certain someone, is coming up next. You're up next this week.
I am. Yeah.
Yeah. So if you have questions for Fulia, please make sure to go over to patreon.com/carpoolgaming starting tomorrow, aka Monday morning, and go ask her questions. And the best part is you don't even have to be a paid patron to go ahead and ask a question. Anyone can hop in there. And ask a question.
Actually.
Well, actually.
Oh.
Actually. I tried and it doesn't let me.
What?
It doesn't.
I will fix that. Because that's been the case before. But either way.
Yeah. That's
doesn't
okay.
matter. Yeah, because it should be the comments part should be open to the public. So I will fix that. Thank you for flagging.
Yes, Riley. Yes, those questions need to be answered.
Stop it.
We got questions
I don't
already.
need this
Those questions need
slander
to
right
be
now,
answered.
okay?
Yes.
For audio
Yes.
listeners who
Oh.
can't see what you guys are reacting to, Riley King in the chat says, my question for Fulia is, why did you give Titanfall 2 a 3.5?
That's right.
I'll give you the answer right
Wow.
now. I am not an FPS gamer, all right? I've got nothing to compare it to.
Doesn't
So
matter.
you can't-
Titanfall 2 is
you can't
great.
blame me
Justice
for
for
that.
Titanfall 2. 3.
Let me
Wow.
play more, and then maybe I'll change it.
You won't play anymore. We're trying to give you more good stuff
Excuse
to play.
me,
Halo,
I'm
Modern
actually
Warfare. Come
keen.
on.
I am not modern, no CODs.
Modern
I
Warfare.
just I'm gonna keep away from the CODs.
That's
good.
why I
Modern
said she
Warfare.
should play Doom 2016.
No.
Yep, that's a good one. Good choices. Modern Warfare 2 is
Alright,
good
man.
for you. Modern Warfare 2
We
is good,
just
though.
started
It
the
is very
OG
good.
podcast, and
trilogy,
I'm
the
already.
whole-
Riley
OG
King has a
trilogy's
great,
great.
one. Play Metroid Prime.
Well, OG trilogy? Not
And
bad.
Metroid Prime,
Metroid
yes.
Prime's a good one choice.
Yeah.
Yep. You can play in the baked potato. It's actually, yeah, these are good recommendations.
I mean,
Keep it coming, chat.
Yes,
Keep
Brittany.
it coming.
Yes,
Bowser-
get her.
Ba-
The audacity of
kinda-
disrespecting Titanfall 2.
Yeah. I mean, Bowser has a good point, though. Like, if you have nothing to compare it to, then surely it's the best then that you've played. So 5 out of 5.
Of course, Bowser's going to sit there and back fool you up. Of course.
No, she's not.
No, she's
all-
saying-
Oh,
on
she's not
your
backing her
side.
up.
No,
she's
she's
not.
literally saying the
Yeah,
opposite,
she's-
Is she?
Exactly, yeah. Yes. She should have. She said it should have been a masterpiece for Fulia. 5 out of 5.
There's
4.5
nothing
should
else
have
to
been the
compare it
lowest. Maybe a 4. Maybe. But a 4 would have been wrong, too.
I mean,
Look,
Ron,
I don't really like shooting games anyway. I'm doing it because I want to learn how it all works and why people love it so much.
I mean, it's all good, Fulia. If I was rating that game, I would have given it a 2. So don't.
Oh,
you're
okay.
actually in
Wow.
good company with me. So.
Well,
I hated Titanfall 2.
think about where that's coming from, Fulia. That's not backing you up.
What are you talking about? I have great opinions on the weather, Ron. So of course my opinion about video games must matter. Okay.
Oh, Lord.
I don't
All
know what
related.
this show is.
It's all
Anyways,
related.
Continuing with housekeeping because we haven't finished.
Oh, yeah.
Because the housekeeping lady's just been standing there at the door, patiently waiting for us to finish up so she can go do whatever it is that she does. Of course, we have early access to the Mini Indie Van available on Patreon. That still continues. Of course, please listen to it. Give Fulia all your feedback about the show.
Yes.
We would love to hear from you. Also, if you haven't signed up for the 7-day free trial, which of course is free to sign up for, if you haven't actually signed up for on Patreon, you can go do that. You can listen to any of the exclusive tier content for 7 days, including the Mini Indie Van, and then you can give Fulia some feedback and maybe listen to some other episodes, some other cool stuff. You can actually do the 2-for-1 combo of Fulia's Pants episode and then the Mini Indie Van. Look at that. You do all that in 1 week. Pretty exciting. So head over there to patreon.com/carpoolgaming for all that. Of course, we also have carpoolgaming.com where you can get all your Carpool Gaming merch, including PlayStation Drive t-shirts, Xbox Drive t-shirts, Nintendo Drive t-shirts, even the RPG Cave t-shirts, which are low-key the best t-shirts. You can get all of those over at carpoolgaming.com. In fact, you could even gift merch to Twitch chat anytime we're live on Twitch, including when Fulia, you were live before the show with kind of like the PlayStation Drive pre-show.
Yeah.
You were playing Horizon.
I was.
Yes. And people you could have given out some merch in the chat if
course.
you were there. So make sure to head on over to carpoolgaming.com for all that. Without further ado, friends, let's grab our 8 tracks, pop them in. It's time for the playlist. Time to talk about the games we played this week. And now the house cleaning. We can wave bye-bye to her. She can go away now. But Ron, what'd you play this week, man?
Well, more Helldivers 2. spent most of the day playing on Super Helldive, which is difficulty 10. And man, that is super stressful. That is super stressful. Today especially. It got to the point where we were pretty much just getting objectives done, and we're bothering not trying to fight everything because everything was coming after us. There was a lot of deaths, a lot of colorful words that were being said, but we got it done, and it was still fun. But by the time the end of that came, after about 6-7 runs on that difficulty, we had to dial it down to 7 and finish out a few more sessions with that. Helldivers 2, of course, is going to probably end up getting put on the shelf because Monster Hunter's Wild is coming soon, next weekend, and it's going to be over for Helldivers from there. At least until Monster Hunter is done, and maybe if Helldivers does some kind of update, then maybe you'll get some time in again. But Monster Hunter is going to be the focus from this point forward, so that's going to be that. But I finished Baldur's Gate 3.
Let's go.
Let's
177
Very
hours,
nice.
and it didn't even feel like 177 hours. What an outstanding game. There are not many games that I will beat and I will feel fully satisfied with the ending. The epilogue was great. It wrapped up so many things. The credits were rolling on that, and I felt just like if I didn't have other games to play, I would have jumped immediately back into that and did another playthrough for that. I have not had a feeling like a game like that since the first Mass Effect. What an amazing game. Larian really, really did a great job with that. If they do any more CRPGs, I'm going to have to sit there and make sure I pay attention. Divinity didn't hit me like this. I tried both Original Sin and Original Sin 2. Even Obsidian. I love them to death, but even Pillars of Eternity and Pillars of Eternity 2 didn't do anything for me. But this game, the story, just even the combat, it's just everything about this game was just so S tier. So I had to think about it only for like a 2-3 minutes. And I was like, yeah, this is the top 5 for me instantly. Right now, I would probably say the rankings are still Ghost of Tsushima's top, then Red Dead 1, Witcher 3, Mass Effect 1, and then Baldur's Gate 3 is right there.
Interesting.
Wow.
First of all, congratulations, Ron. I'm so happy you finally finished the game. You're not obviously not going for the platinum because that sounds like it would just.
No, that's not happening. No.
Yeah. You basically would never be able to play other games, probably.
Yeah, nah, can't do that. Got too many games to play.
Yeah. But also, you said a little thing before you started talking about Baldur's Gate that I want to address. Like, you're like the one person on the team that's really excited about Monster Hunter, which I love. I love this. I love this thing. Actually, now that I mentioned it, I'd say this out loud. I'm like, oh yeah, I guess Fee is also excited about Monster Hunter too. But like,
yeah, Fee's
I don't really hear other people talking about Monster Hunter. So it's like I felt like it was so refreshing to hear you talk about.
Yeah, I was about to say from the Carpool host crew, I think me and Fee are the only ones.
Yeah,
as far as I know,
just the two of you.
Yeah.
But there's plenty of people on the PlayStation Drive
Monster
channel.
Hunter, but like, I don't know if he's like in on this one.
Yeah, but the PSD channel, there seems to be quite a few people that are interested in it. So, yeah.
Yeah, because it's out this week. It's out like it's so topical. It's
exciting.
Like, I can't believe it's going to be out in a couple days.
It's going to be big. It's going to be a big one. So, looking forward to it.
It's circumventing the wheel, right? Like you're playing it right away.
Yeah. That's multiplayer games don't go on the wheel. So, yeah, me and the crew will be together. Like I said, Helldivers is getting hung up, and Monster Hunter will be the new topic for us.
Nice.
Yes,
nice.
Riley. Friday.
Yeah, I can't wait to hear you talk about it, my friend. But because I played the beta and I liked like the first like section I played from the beta, but I'm just not really a Monster Hunter person, so I'm probably not picking it up. But not only that, but I can't buy these games right now, anyways. But Matt, let's hear from you, my friend. What did you play?
I just want to highlight a game I played a few weeks ago, which was To the Moon. Phenomenal game. I was very happy to replay it. But I'm happy to share the reason why I replayed it again is because I'm a special guest on Drellish and Marcus O'Neill's podcast, Tiny Game Chronicles. So look out for that very special episode on Thursday where we do a non-spoiler deep dive on To the Moon. I can confirm that it's a fantastic game on a PlayStation, but there's no platinum trophy. Please do not be fooled like I was and read the trophy guides carefully because there's a trophy guide, but not for a platinum. It's just for the trophies without a platinum.
I can't remember if I got it on PlayStation or Steam.
But do not let
doesn't matter where you play
platinum stop you guys from playing it, because To the Moon is great. Well, unless you're a
Phenomenal
hater,
game.
like Lockliff and Marcus.
Hater? What?
Lockett hasn't played it yet, right? She's just putting it. She's just pushing it down the backlog, right?
Lockett started, but there have been some
Oh.
GM conversations, and now we kind of have
boy.
semi beef over to the moon.
Oh, no.
Oh my goodness!
I like how you
Wow.
preface it by saying it's semi beef, but it's not.
It's semi beef.
technically
I could
full
never be mad at Locke. I love Locke, but yeah, to the moon is it hurts.
Phenomenal
Hurt.
game. Yeah, and you'll hear
yeah.
some good
Steam.
conversations about it.
Have it on
There it
Steam.
is.
Okay.
Play it, Fulia. It's,
Time for you to
it's
play
a
it on
good one.
PlayStation as well, ma'am.
Well,
Twice.
if there's no platinum trophy for it, what's the point?
That's
Play
true.
it twice.
You get
not
some
wrong.
trophies. You get some
Just to
trophies.
support.
You get some trophies.
Yeah, get your
okay.
trophy level up some.
It's all right.
Yeah,
I can
you
play
get
it
the
on
trophies
Steam.
up.
It's fine. I've got it there already.
Wow.
Let me play it
Nobody
through
cares
once,
about
and
the
then I'll make up my
Steam-
mind. All right.
Whatever.
Yeah, that's fine.
Play it
Welcome to
once
the
on
all-wheel
PlayStation.
drive. Welcome to the all-wheel drive.
You say this, but literally, like I'm waiting to get to the games I've talked about. None of it's PlayStation, so it's being said.
I think everybody who's been listening to this show for a while should not be shocked by any of that whatsoever. They know what they're in for when they listen to us.
I love that Locker chimes in here. Listen, I wasn't gonna chat here, but my goodness, Ron, I'll finish eventually.
We summoned her. We summoned
Summoned
Lachlan. Good job, Ron.
Locke, I'm not going to let you lie to me. I'm not falling for that.
Play to the moon. Please believe Ron and I. It is a
That's right.
fantastic
Please
game.
believe
That's
us.
right. That's right. It's phenomenal.
Believe Ron at least, but Matt, what else did you play?
I did play a little bit more of Stellar Blade on the good old PlayStation 5. I was cleaning up some side quests and really enjoying the combat, but this is probably going to upset our PlayStation fans. I'm probably going to abandon Stellar Blade. I don't.
You're not even gonna
I'm
go
not-
to the end.
Oh.
No, I don't think
What?
so.
Okay. Okay.
I don't think so. Listen,
PlayStation Nation,
S
please.
tier music.
Put the pitchforks down.
yeah,
Put.
yes,
Calm down.
put them down. That's right, calm down. All right. S tier music. S tier music. Combat is punishing, but it is very fun. The story has not hooked me by any means. Like it's
Yeah.
there. I know what the main objective is, but I'm like, meh. And you know what? These types of it's I wouldn't say it's like a Souls-like game, but like the combat is the meat and potatoes of this game. And while I do enjoy it, it's really not my style of game where like it's hooked me. Like when I'm playing it at nighttime, when I'm playing in the morning, it's like, well, I guess I have to play it. As opposed to like, cannot wait to finish work, let's go home and play this game. Yeah, boss fights are worth it, bro. Like it's a very rewarding game, but like I said, like it's not scratching that itch where like I'm rushing home to play. I can't wait to do it. It's just like, okay, kids are gone to bed. I guess I'll play something, which is Stellar Blade. But before I continue, question from the press pool. Ryan
Yes,
Turford. Yes,
Ryan Turford from Carpool Gaming here. Hi. Question for you about this. Do you feel as though your pursuit of the platinum has maybe burnt you out on this game, and maybe that's why you don't want to finish? Like why you just are feeling just so kind of mad about this game? Because you were riding high on this game for a while, and I almost feel like if you didn't try and go for the platinum, you actually probably would have had energy left in the tank to then finish this game.
It's honestly hard to say at this point, just because I only have the one experience that I have now, which is like I did try for the platinum a little bit, then I gave up, played a little bit. I don't know. It's just like I said. It's like it's fun, but it's not. It's just not. It's not pulling me in. Like it's not. Like you know what I mean. Like video games. Like it's my favorite hobby. I should be rushing home, and like this sounds bad, but I should be rushing my kids to bed so I can play some video games. But I'm not doing that for Stellar Babes. I'm not. It's just like okay, I guess I'll play it, and it's not like I'm playing and not having a great time. It's fun, but it's not hooking me in. Like I need a little bit more, I guess, is what I'm looking for, and it's just missing something in terms of storytelling, or like I said, this type of combat's not my favorite. I don't mind it. I can do it, but it's not like heck yeah. It's not scratching that itch, if that makes sense. Like I'm not, jumping out of my chair and fist pumping and saying like, this is so much fun. It's just it's there, if that makes sense.
And
I still recommend it.
I think you're making the right
Justice
decision.
for Eve. Justice for Eve. Oh,
Maybe, but like if you're not really feeling a game, or a game isn't really for you, like you shouldn't force yourself to play it. Like I think you're doing the right thing by after hearing what you had to say about it, I feel like you're doing the right thing, kind of stepping away from it. Especially if you're not feeling it, and it's not, and maybe it isn't just not for you, and that's okay. Sometimes that happens with games. So
it's just how it is, friend. Sorry. Thank you. Somebody is. I know PlayStation Nation's upset and disappointed, but Ryan Turford is proud of me.
I think it's more the fact that you're a Days Gone guy, and then you're meh on Stellar Blade, and it's just like, what?
What's wrong with Days Gone? Is funny. Have you played it? It is funny.
No, we're not doing this.
Days Gone is hilarious.
No,
like when you look at it like a comedy. Even
Sony thinks this game is cheeks because they're not giving it a sequel, but yet they tease you guys and know you're suckers by giving you a remaster to go out and buy again.
Excuse me, sir, but I feel as though I need to correct you because it's not Sony that turned it down. It was the developer themselves, Sony Bend, that decided not to go ahead with this.
Whether you want to say Sony, PlayStation Studios, Bend Studios, the fact the sequel ain't coming out. So say it however you want.
I'm just saying the studio that makes Days Gone decided that they didn't want to do a sequel.
You're right. But is the sequel coming? Is the sequel coming?
No, of course not.
Okay. There you go.
Just a remaster. Just a remaster for us.
Yes.
It's funny. It is a funny game.
Again. Oh, shameful.
If only the motorcycle talked, then that would be a really good game, I think.
It'd be even better. But just like, when Deacon's just talking to himself, like, it looks like a lunatic. It's funny. It is hysterical. I know it's not meant to be funny, but when you look at it from that lens, it's a very enjoyable game. Justice for Days Gone, friends. Justice for Days Gone.
Brittany spelled it out right. She spelled out trash, and she spelled out each alphabet of it. It should be.
What does that acronym even mean, then? Is it like FEAR, where it stands for something, which is, of course, we all know it, First Encounter Assault Recon is what FEAR stands for.
There must be something for this. Yeah. There must be. We'll sit on it.
Fool you,
anyways,
please.
Fool you.
Please save us, Fulia.
Okay, please. I will. Well, Ron, you'll be happy to know that I've been playing a lot of PlayStation this week.
Thank you. At least somebody is playing PlayStation. Thank God.
Yes. For those of you who aren't aware, I did stream Horizon Zero Dawn here at Carpool Gaming on the Twitch channel. Going through with that particular story, that adventure. It's been quite fun. Just every week I come back and I have to relearn the controls because I'm like not playing it all the time. So, but it's still good. I'm still enjoying it and just, learning more about the lore and finding all these different characters. I've gotten to the point where I'm like, okay, I just want to try and not do too many side quests and mainline the story as best as I can. And then I'll come back later on and do whatever side quests I can find. Because this is a big game. The map is huge. And yeah, I know that if I don't finish the story soon enough, I'm scared that I'm going to get bored of it by the end of it. And then I'm going to end up stopping and shelving it for who knows how long. So I really don't want to have to do that. So if if I'm going to be able to finish this, if I just mainline the story so that I can avoid that, then I'll be happy.
Yeah, as someone who played this game very recently, Fulia, I'm going to tell you straight up, don't bother with the side quest then. Just just play through the main story.
Yeah.
You'll get enough equipment to get you through it, and you'll be fine. And you'll be better off for it, I think.
Yeah, cool. Not to mention the fact that I'll be encountering a lot of machines along my path anyway, so I'll probably level up from doing.
I mean, don't get me wrong, you're not going to get the platinum, but that's okay.
No, obviously, I'm not exactly going for it, so it's okay.
Yeah, exactly. Well, how else are you going to catch up to Matt at that point, right?
That's okay. I have a different platinum that I can say. This is my second platinum for the year.
That's right.
I now have. I feel like I'm going a platinum a month by the looks of things, but right now this is my second platinum for the year, and it is for The Last Campfire. And I am very happy to say I absolutely love that game. It was beautiful. The story made me cry by the end of it, like when I went to roll credits, and it was just about sort of like anxiety and depression and just mental health in general, and just trying to find all these embers that are known as forlorn, and forlorn is I think it's like a really old English word for like someone who's lost, and so it kind of hit me hard because I'm also someone who deals with a lot of mental health issues as well. So yeah, it was a really good story. I loved it, and the visuals were beautiful as well. And there were so many because it was narrated throughout. It was almost like someone was reading an audiobook to me, kind of a sort of situation in terms of that narration, which was really nice. And then there were some dialogue that did kind of hit me, and I did take some screenshots of them because it's true with some of the stuff that was said in the game. So I really enjoyed it. So the last campfire,
it's a good game.
Yeah, platinum that one. So I'm happy. Not a difficult
doubling
platinum
your
either.
platinums, by the way, of course. For the year.
She did.
Yes, I did. I dabbled my platinums for the year. And I'm going to talk a little bit more about it, the way that the platinum worked later on when we go into our topic. But then the other thing that I did also play this weekend is Dragon Age: The Veilguard. I'm continuing my playthrough of Dragon Age.
Blew the dust off. Blew the dust off and got back to it. Yes.
I finally got back to it. And so this is interesting that in this last weekend, I am playing 2 big RPGs.
Yep. They're very different from each other, though.
Very different, yes, 100% in terms of the way that they're played. But I'm actually enjoying what I'm seeing in Dragon Age. It's the story's developing a bit more. The fighting, the combats is not too bad either, so it's not too difficult for me, which I'm okay with. But yeah, no, I am definitely enjoying Dragon Age: The Veilguard. So I'll have more updates for you guys all later on once I get progress a bit further into the game.
Nice. I'm excited to talk to you about it when you get further in the game, Fulia.
Yeah.
Don't get too excited. She'll play for about a week or 2.
Look,
and then
Oh.
Look, Ron, I'll get excited if I want to get excited about it, okay? It's fine. Fulia's never let me down before.
Watch me prove you wrong.
Yeah. She's never let me down before. Why would she do that now?
Oh, hey, I'm just sitting there saying what it's going to be, what Fulia's going to do.
Now, of course, Riley asked the key question, though. Which are you enjoying more?
Oh, what game? What, between the two?
Yeah.
At the moment, for me, it's Horizon Zero Dawn, only because I've played a lot more of it and I've seen a lot more of it, and there are moments where I'm getting a bit frustrated, but it's machines. You're trying to get.
You're trying to shoot their weak spots.
You haven't cussed yet. You've been doing good.
So, yeah, no, I've been doing really well. But knowing that I'm on the Carpool Gaming Twitch channel, I'm like, I have to hold my tongue. So there's a lot of far outs happening instead of other words. So,
what? That's far out. Pat, of course, wow. Pat in the chat chiming in saying Horizon as well.
Yes, that's right. That's right.
But at the moment between the two, Horizon's a bit more interesting at the moment. But I feel like, the more I get into Dragon Age, I might find
that could turn on a dime.
Yeah, exactly. Who knows?
Yeah, for sure.
Yeah. What about you, Ryan? What have you been playing?
Oh, thank you for asking. I appreciate it. As I mentioned, did not play a lot on PlayStation this week. First of all, I talked about it last week, but I played and finished Avowed this week over on the old Xbox on Game Pass. No, I didn't go for the 1,000 gamer score on Avowed, so no platinum trophy equivalent of that. I know a lot of people have been asking about this because, first of all, I did kind of a deep dive on this with Garrett yesterday. Our RPG Cave, we talked about Avowed for 35 minutes. So if you want to hear my full impressions, I'll just refer you probably to RPG Cave, where we talked about it in great detail. But I will mention for those on the PlayStation side of things, because we do know obviously a lot of Microsoft IPs are coming to PlayStation, and I do think this will probably come to PlayStation at some point. So to people who've been asking me for advice, Ryan, should I go over to the Xbox, pull my Xbox out? And then buy this game, or should I kind of wait for it to come to PlayStation? Is this a game I need to play right now? And the answer is, I don't think this is a game you need to play right now. I think most people are probably totally fine just waiting for this game to come to PlayStation and then buying it there. Of course, if you have Game Pass on Xbox or PC, then those are great options too. Because I do think it's a game worth playing. I gave it a 4 out of 5 over on Backlogged. But it's just like it didn't blow me away. Didn't blow my hair back. It was a great game, but not an amazing RPG or one that I feel like everyone needs to just drop everything to go play right away. So again, my full thoughts on RPG Cave as of yesterday. Go listen to that on the RPG Cave feed or right here on YouTube. We've got all that for you. So the next game I decided I was going to play after that was a Zelda game. And the one I picked was The Legend of Zelda Skyward Sword HD on the Switch. And I'm kind of wishing I didn't pick it because there's a lot I like about this game, but I hate the controls for this game.
I was going to ask. I needed to see what you thought of this because I'm a big Zelda fan, Ryan. And like I've loved all of them. Skyward Sword, like great story, but like you said, the mechanics is infuriating. Like it is so rage-inducing.
Yeah.
Wait, Ryan,
Sorry,
did you say you were playing it on Switch?
I am playing on Switch. Yeah.
Yeah. Okay.
Yeah. I tried both methods, playing with the motion controls or just with the all button controls. But each one I found had its own kind of set of quirks that made it tough to play, to get it at exactly the right angle. Because this game is all about getting like precise movements with your sword, giving you free range to swing their sword in specific directions. And I would find like if there's one that was like on a 45-degree angle, I would like try and I would just miss it by like 2 or 3 centimeters, and then my sword would just bounce off the enemy, and then they would just hit me in the face. And I'd be like, man, I wish I could just press this button and finish it and kill some enemies. So I gave this game a solid 10 hours, and I don't know if I don't know if I see myself coming back to it. We'll see. It's not retired, but I've put it back on the shelf for now. Because I think that what I'm going to do to compromise after the teams I'm about to talk about kind of dissipate. I'm thinking of maybe playing another 2D Zelda game. So maybe like Oracle of Seasons or Ages or Minish Cap. I'm thinking of playing one of those two instead. Because I do want to play more Zelda games this year. That was like one of my goals. So I'm excited to check some of those out. Otherwise, I jumped back into everyone's favorite game from 2 years ago, Theatrhythm Final Fantasy, which of course is the Final Fantasy rhythm role-playing game.
Very nice.
Which I played the heck out of back in 2022 when it first released. I love this game. It's one of my favorite modern rhythm games, especially because I love the Final Fantasy music. And I just got sucked back into this game hard when just picking it up out of the blue on Switch, because I just had it sitting on my Switch for like a year and had never touched the Switch version of it, but I'd always played it on PlayStation. So I was going through my Switch stuff, needing almost like a palate cleanser for Skyward Sword. So I booted up Theatrhythm on my Switch, and I just was sitting there playing that for like 5 hours would just fly by, and I would just play that game to death. To which led, of course, to me booting up for the first time this year Final Fantasy 14, because I was listening to the music in Theatrhythm and I'm like, man, I haven't played Final Fantasy 14 in a while. I think I need to boot it back up and see what's going on in Final Fantasy 14. And here we go again. Just break out your CJ gifts from Grand Theft Auto San Andreas, because here we go again with Final Fantasy 14. And that's all I'm going to kind of say about it. Final Fantasy 14 is still Final Fantasy 14. There's been some changes. There's been a bunch of new content added to the game since I stopped playing, because I kind of stopped after a couple weeks after Dawn Trail came out. So I got through the main story, but then I haven't done most of the post game stuff for Dawn Trail. So now is my time to kind of do some of that stuff. So I'm going to be doing that. But I think, like I said before, I think my next game is going to be Zelda. I was thinking about playing Lost Records, Fulia, this week. But then I thought to myself, well, no, I think I'm going to just wait till the second tape comes out in April, because apparently there's only 2 tapes. So, I mean, I can wait a month and a half to play it at this point.
Yeah.
So,
I think that's what I'm going to end up doing too. I'm just going to wait for the second tape to come out and then just play it through as one.
Yeah, exactly. And yes, it's a have PlayStation Plus. We already know that Tape 2 is also going to be on PlayStation Plus, so I'm just going to play it that way, and I think that's going to be the way to go. Cool. But that's it. That's all. Those are all the games I played this week as I quickly jot down where this time code is for future Ryan, because it's time to shift into topic of the week. So this week's PlayStation Drive topic is all about Koality Platinum trophies. And yes, emphasis on the koala, because Fulia, you actually came up with this topic. So giving you full kudos for
I did
this one. So of course we had to, use the quality spelling, because we're all about koalas here on the PlayStation Drive. So we are going to talk about what makes a platinum trophy a quality platinum trophy. And what makes a trophy, also what makes a platinum trophy not worthy of being a quality platinum trophy. So Ron, I know you in particular have a lot of beef with really easy platinum trophies. So I want you to tell us what makes a platinum trophy a quality platinum trophy. Like what sets apart like Spider-Man Miles Morales' platinum from My Name Is Mayo.
My thoughts on this is well documented by this point. It should never ever be to a point where all you have to do is turn on a game and hold down the right direction and just get a platinum in 2 minutes. That is not something that I think should be on anybody's. No one should sit there and get any kind of great satisfactory feeling from that and have that on their trophy list. I mean, there's no effort to it. There's no challenge. It's not a badge of honor. Seeing that on somebody's trophy list, I'm like, that is really, really just lame.
Just remind me to hide my trophy list from Ron.
That's the best way I can put it. I mean, there's nothing worse than people sit there bragging about, oh, look, I have 200-something platinums. And then you look at their list, and you see a whole bunch of trash platinums on that thing. And they might have like 5 real games that they actually got platinums on. Don't talk to me about how many platinums you got if you got over 90% trash plats. I don't want to hear it. I don't want to hear it. I need a little bit of effort to it. I don't care even if it's just a game where it's 4 or 5 hours, and at least it's a few little side things you have to do, or you have to do a chapter select to get an extra trophy to get the plat. At least that's putting some effort into it. But just holding direction down or tapping a button, that's it? No. Okay. Those shouldn't exist whatsoever. Yes, Matt.
I do have to ask. So for games like those Tales games, like the Telltale games, like the Walking Dead, Batman games, for most of them, I don't know which one specifically, but most of them, you just have to play the game and you get that platinum. So would you say that this goes in that category because it's literally just play the game, or it's still not trash? Or it is trash because you just have to play the game.
If you can get the platinum from just playing the Telltale game straight through.
I can confirm the Walking Dead Season 1, all you have to do is play through the game and it gives you the platinum trophy.
Okay. That's not trash plat, though.
Oh, okay. What's the difference? There's no side stuff. There's no effort.
Here's the reason why.
Please.
It's actually a game that actually has some substance to it. There's a story to it. There's characters to it. It's not just, here's a jar of mayo. Get to the end.
Well, no, but hold on. You have to sit there and tap on that jar of mayo for 8 minutes and 35 seconds to get that.
Ryan, I'm ignoring that.
So then add some further clarification. So Peter Jackson's King Kong, the official game of the movie, it's 1,000 gamer score on Xbox is literally to finish the game, and that game is like 4 hours long. Even though the game is
I'm not going to even justify
quality,
that. That's a gamer score. I find gamer scores to be stupid, so I'm not even going to
chime in. All right, then Hannah Montana, the movie on PlayStation 3.
There it is.
That platinum trophy is literally to play through that game, and that game is an hour and a half to finish.
I don't know anything about Hannah Montana. I can't speak on that game. Didn't play it. I don't know anything about it.
So in my mind, it counts as a quality platinum then.
Well, here's the thing. When it comes down to, it's going to be very subjective on what somebody finds as quality and what isn't. There are plenty of people out there, obviously, who are fine with having trash plats and counting them. If you are the person who sits there and does that, then hey, congrats to you. Pat on the back. Be proud of yourself. I'm not going to be, but as long as you are.
So I'm also going to chime in here as well with a game that actually does give you a platinum by just playing through it. And it is The Last Campfire. So it essentially, you cannot move on from an area until you find all of the forlorn. And there are things that you need to do in order to progress, like because it's a puzzle game. You have to try and find your way across areas to get to places. So in that instance, they still end up popping trophies just for doing certain smaller stuff.
Yeah, but that falls to what I was saying. There's substance behind that.
It's still part of the story. You're playing through it, and by the end of it, when you roll credits, you get the platinum.
Yeah, there's a substance to it. There's a story to it.
Yeah,
that's a game.
Yeah.
It's actually a real game. We're talking about real games, and we're talking about
But we learn about the story
trash.
about the mayo bottle in My Name is Mayo. It tells the story about the mayo bottle.
Still got you on the ignore button. I'm not hearing anything you're saying.
Okay, so just to further clarify, as long as the game was made for developers not for the sake of a cheap platinum, this is our game. We wanted a story to tell or an experience. And even if the platinum is you just play our game to completion, it's a platinum. In your perspective, quality.
In my opinion,
platinum.
if it has substance to it, if there's a story to it, if it actually has something going besides just holding a button, tapping a button, holding the direction down, it's totally different.
Yeah,
in my
totally
opinion.
different from the instant platinum game where it literally is tap this button to get the platinum. You tap the button once and you get the platinum instantly.
Yeah, it's not the same thing. To me, like I said, if there's substance behind it, then that's fine. But just the ones that you know are trash plats right from the jump, where it's just like all you gotta do is do this and the platinum will pop for you, which is crazy. I'm surprised that Sony even let them do that in the first place. But
I'm so relieved, Ron, after you saying that, because I now don't have to feel bad about my Sakura Succubus platinum trophy on the PlayStation 4, which is a visual novel where you can simply fast forward through the visual novel and get the platinum trophy in 3 minutes. Because that game is a game with story and substance, and it counts. It counts.
Matt or Fulia, please take the topic next. And quickly move on.
You might not like this, Ron. You might not like this because
I already know
everyone knows me as the squirrel. Yeah, everyone knows I'm the squirrel.
I know where you're going with
after you if you look at my platinum list, you might say you're not a squirrel, Matt. You're a raccoon because you keep going in the trash with all those trash platinums you got. Because I got the My Name is Mayo trilogy, got that
trash
beaver
panda.
one.
You had that damn beaver one.
I got that beaver one.
That's
It's
the only
interesting
one
just
that I
because-
have, the beaver one. That's the only one I have.
Fulia. Oh,
I
wow.
only have the
Yes.
one.
Ron, you're missing out. then.
Only
You
the
don't have
one.
it.
Just the one.
don't want
I
this.
don't have any more. I feel like it's one too many already.
Yeah. Well, at least you feel bad about it. That's fine.
You know what?
You
At least we're split because I don't have the beaver one.
I got that beaver one. I got other trash platinums too, and it's interesting just because how I did like Ron's perspective. Like if the game, at least it's still a game, then maybe it's a platinum. I have to disagree because I got trash platinums where I'm not tapping a jar. I think I've like one about like a football game, and it's like a really short visual novel, and it's like idiot proof. Like you're gonna get the platinum. It's a game, right? But I still wouldn't consider. I'm not proud of that platinum. I got it, right? But it's still a game. And I think there's like another one like Chicken on the Road. It's literally like Frogger with chickens. So you just hop across. Yeah, Road Bustle or something.
But that's a game
So,
with
yeah.
substance. It's a game that you play.
Yeah, it is.
Is it a
I
game
still
with
consider it
substance?
trash.
Is it?
It is.
I would consider.
It is.
I would consider.
Yes.
Consider Frogger a game with substance, Ron.
Yes.
To everybody
Yes.
listening, this just goes to show how games can be so subjective, and everybody can have an opinion over them.
Like this version of Galaga that's on my arcade cabinet. That's a game with substance. It's a real game.
But yeah, I got trash platinums for sure. But for me, you know what? I enjoyed this topic so much. I actually made a video about it. You can check it out about best platinum trophies. And for me, I really like a platinum trophy that makes you explore like every aspect of the game. Whether I know I'm the only one that likes this stuff, especially by seeing the comments and the questions we got. I don't mind multiple playthroughs, and quite frankly, if it's done well, I actually like difficulty trophies. I actually think they should be required, in my opinion. Like if a harder difficulty actually forces you to play the game differently and to really understand the mechanics and the systems, I think it should be required. And to me, when a game has a harder difficulty that is really, again, is really different from the normal difficulty, and that's not part of the platinum, to me that's a trash platinum. I'm gonna say it out loud. That's how I feel, because you're missing out on this different experience. Like, before I continue, question from the press pool. Yes, Ron. Yes.
Matt, you're a man with two sides of the coin. You can't sit there and support trash plats on your trophy list, but then you're going to sit there and talk about the fact that you like being challenged and playing multiple playthroughs. And who are you? Which version are we talking to right now?
You're not mutually exclusive. You're not mutually exclusive. Sometimes it's fun to get a trash platinum, and sometimes you want to earn that platinum. You know, like Final Fantasy VII Remake.
You're confusing me right now.
Depends on the mood, Rod. Depends on the mood. You want a quick platinum? You want that quick satisfaction? Go play
like
Nine Days
multiple
Mail.
playthroughs, you say like difficulties, but yet you were just talking about the difficulties of some of the games you play, like Stellar Blade. You won't touch Elden Ring. There are two versions of Matt, everybody. One who likes to be punished, and the other who doesn't.
It is fascinating because, like, yeah, I thoroughly like, my favorite platinum is Final Fantasy VII Remake. Like, I love Resident Evil 2 Remake. I love Resident Evil 7. I love playing on the harder difficulty because if it wasn't required for the platinum, I might not have played the game on the harder difficulty. Like, I don't know. I want the platinum to make me experience everything that the developer put the time and effort into this game. And if it's multiple playthroughs, it has to be done for a purpose, right? Like, I need to either see a different branch of the story. It's not just for the sake of it. Like I love Miles Morales. I love that platinum, but I don't think there was a real genuine purpose to do it again. Was there? Like, it's just for the sake of it.
Yeah,
right?
I see, just for the sake of it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That was what that was.
That's what I mean. Like, if it's for, like, you have to see the other branching story, then you have to do a second playthrough. That's a little different. But trophies I really dislike, that I don't want to be part, that I consider would be staining my platinum. I'm gonna say this. Like, I hate it when a game is like, do this 100 times. Like, that's what's the point of that? Why do I have to do this 100 times? Like, I want, maybe it's like do like a cool move or something, or do something like what's it called? Like a time run. Like, those are challenging. I don't mind doing that. But if it's like hop over this car 50 times, it's like, well, I don't.
Or
I'll
jump
do
1,000 times. That was one of my least favorite trophies in a game ever. Was jump 1,000 times. It's like, what even is this?
Yeah. I don't want to do this. And Kiku in the chat. Yeah, mini games part of a platinum trophy. No, thank you. Please. That is not. I mean, playing the mini games is fine, but to get number like S tier and be number one in all of them, especially if they're like 70 million games, mini games like in Rebirth, then no, thank you. So I'm of two minds of this. I truly am. But Fulia, you tell us, what's a Koality platinum in your perspective?
Okay, so for me, I do like a story-based trophies that hit the platinum, like The Last Campfire. Another one that's sort of similar in that respect is Thank Goodness You're Here, which is another one where you sort of play through the story, and you do have to play it a second time to get the platinum, but it's like, it's not difficult at all. So I'm the type of person, and I'm not saying I like easy plats, meaning the trash platinums that Ron is talking about. I'm talking, when I say easy, I mean story-based, sort of like indie games are a good example of being able to get, easy platinums, but they're not difficult in a way. Most of the time it's you play through the story, you'll get the platinum, or there might be a couple of little collectibles that you have to do to be able to get that platinum, which is totally fine with me. I play a lot of platformers as well. Astrobot is definitely one for, people to, to understand that it's a very good platinum. It's challenging, but it's not too difficult to get there. So that's another one that I would also say is, got a good platinum to it. I don't mind playing through a second time, depending on what you need to do to get those trophies. I would prefer, especially when it's more of a story-based game, to have chapter selections so that, once you've played through the story, you can then just go back to the chapter where you missed those trophies, go in there, grab what you need to grab, and then come out and go to the next chapter that you missed. So that's also another thing that I prefer when it comes to, trophy collecting to get to the platinum. I am not about the difficulties trophies. I hate them. I don't love them at all. Yes, Ron.
Now, Fulia, according to what Matt said, is that if it doesn't have any difficulty trophies or multiple playthrough trophies, it's a trash plat. So apparently we've been gaming wrong, according to Matt.
Apparently, I play the trash games. Apparently, so.
All our platinums
Trash
from last year were all
games.
trash, according to what Matt said.
That's true. I mean, that Diablo trophy I told you all about that I have, it's like, well, I guess that's a traffic trophy because it doesn't have difficulty trophies attached.
Guess
to
we all just need to go play Stroke the Beaver and I Am Mayo 5. Maybe we'll get some respect.
It's not what that is not what I said.
You can
Y'all
do this
know
at
that.
any time
Y'all
now.
know
You
that.
don't
Get
need-
out of here, Ron.
You don't need
You know I didn't say
our verification that you can do that. You can do that anytime you want to. It's totally fine.
Yeah, the difficulty ones, like especially when it comes to the Final Fantasy games, like I'm not about to go back and play it on the hardest mode just to get that platinum. No, thank you. Like it was frustrating enough playing it on normal. I don't need it to be. Yeah, yes, thank you, Bowser. Difficulty-based trophies are hot trash. Yes.
Yeah. I mean, it was different with that game too, in particular, Fulia, because you can't. That difficulty for that trophy is not unlocked from the start. You actually have to unlock that difficulty by finishing.
Exactly.
the
I
game
can't stand
first.
that.
So
I
it
can't
forces
stand
you
that.
to play through the
No.
game twice.
Yeah, exactly. The fact that you then you play it through once and then you have to do to unlock the more difficult levels, you have to do New Game Plus to do that. That's also not great. I'm not a fan of that either. I just want to play through the game once. If I have to, I'll play it through a second time just to get the little collectible type trophies. But other than that, I'm good. No difficulty here. I don't like those type of trophies.
Sometimes they punish you on multiple playthroughs. Like they won't let you skip scenes, cutscenes you have to watch all over again. So if I
man.
can't
Thank
sit there
you.
and skip a cutscene or
No.
dialogue and stuff, everything, that's just going to punish me more, and that's going to make
Yeah.
it definitely. I am not going to do a second.
That's
playthrough
exactly what
again.
I said about the Life is Strange double exposure platinum, because that's a very easy platinum to get. You just have to play through the game twice, but you have to watch all the cutscenes twice.
Oh
Ain't
my
no way in
god.
the world.
But also,
Damn.
shout out to Brittany for saying, imagine Elden Ring with difficulty trophies. Clearly, that's a
No,
trash
no
platinum.
thanks.
That's a trash platinum, Ron, because there's no difficulty.
Yeah, there is no
trophies
difficulty
for-
on that one.
for Elden Ring. So clearly, that's a trash platinum.
I guess beating that game didn't matter after all.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
Yeah, cool. Well, as for me, I am definitely the type of person that is more relaxed max on this particular topic, where, as far as I'm concerned, all platinum trophies are welcomed and encouraged, including ones where, for My Name is Mayo or all the other games. That's fine with me. I don't really judge people if they want to play those games. It's your money. You can spend it however you want to. If you want to spend it on My Name is Mayo, I'm not going to judge you for that. What I will say is, to kind of echo the counterparts of my fellow podcast mates, there are obviously certain types of trophies I don't like. The difficulty ones in particular, of difficulties that you have to unlock later by finishing the game first and forcing you to play multiple playthroughs, I don't really love. And certain aspects like that I don't really love. And this came up with Stellar Blade, Matt. Collectible trophies that for missable collectibles. Because that is the worst feeling.
Hurts.
Yes. Because if you don't know that it's missable until you get to a certain point in the game where you go look it up in a guide, you're like, oh, well, I guess I'm playing this game over again in order to get the 3 cans that I missed
Yep.
from this one area earlier in the game.
That is exactly what happened with me with Thank Goodness You're Here. I had to play through it 3 times just to get what I needed when all I needed to do was play it twice.
Yeah. Because to y'all's point, I don't mind playing a game twice for a platinum if there's a reason to play it twice. Mass Effect is a great example of that. There's a great reason to replay Mass Effect, because you can make the Paragon's choices on one playthrough and the Renegade choices on another, and the game feels and plays pretty differently. So there's a lot of games that do that pretty well. In fact, I honestly would prefer to play like really cheap platinum games, like My Name Is Mayo or something like that, over trying to suffer through trying to go for a 9 out of 10 platinum that requires you to replay the game 4 times for the sake of replaying the game 4 times, or even something like Uncharted. Because as much as I like Uncharted, my problems with their platinum trophies is play it on the hardest difficulty, but the higher difficulties for Uncharted, it literally adds nothing to the gameplay besides the enemies having double health, and that's it.
So there is a game that forces you to play through the game 4 times to get the platinum trophy. But it's not because it's the difficulty or anything like that. It's Hogwarts Legacy, and you play through each house. Because there's 4 houses at the school, and you have to play through as each of those students in each of those houses to then get the platinum. Thank you.
I imagine if Nintendo had platinum trophies on the Switch and you were playing Fire Emblem 3 Houses, you'd probably have to play all 4 paths from start to finish, which is like 200 hours of content.
That's too much.
Ridiculous.
That's too much.
I mean, to be fair, I did that without having a platinum there to encourage me to do so, but
Yeah.
most normal people should not do that, But any other points we wanted to make about quality platinums before we go to the listener comments? No?
No, I think they're the main points, yeah.
All right, cool. Well, we'll start with Final Fantasy VIII is Life, Final Fantasy VIII is Love, who says, a great platinum trophy requires 26 endings and multiple playthroughs. Thanks, Dave.
Yes,
What is
awesome, Dave.
wrong with you?
Right. He knows what's up. He knows Nier Automata is a masterpiece. He knows. He knows.
Oh,
Too
Thank
much.
you.
No,
Too
never
much.
trust a man who sits there and is a big fan of Final Fantasy VIII. So, no.
Hambone Johnny puts in a great response here. You only need to play the first 2 hours of each house in Hogwarts. At least not the whole game. With that
I thought from what I heard from other people who have played it to get that platinum they had to play through all 4 houses, but maybe it's just specific parts of the story or certain collectibles in order to unlock areas at the castle, maybe? I don't know.
Maybe. Interesting.
Yeah.
Well, next up we got Stingray X, who says, I feel like a good wholehearted platinum would be playing the entire main campaign from start to finish with no difficulty options, with some side missions to complete. Not all, and all collectibles to get. It's just the right balance. I think that kind of sums up what we were talking about as well a little bit. Yeah. Next up, we've moving on to questions now. We're going to start with Basil, who says, how do you feel about RNG in trophies? I'm thinking of Returnal, where the occurrence of collectibles is left up to RNG and takes a lot of runs to get. It was hard in defeating at times, but the resulting rush when I got the last thing was really incredible. For folks that haven't played Returnal before, the world of Returnal is procedurally generated, so the collectibles only appear at random on playthroughs. So there's no real way to gauge whether or not a collectible is going to appear. And likewise, if you die in the middle of the run halfway to the collectible, you then might get respawned in a version of the world that then doesn't have the collectible you need. So it's very, very annoying and frustrating. And this also kind of reminds me of, Fulia, what you talked about with Spiritfarer, trying to catch
I was just about to say, RNG-based trophies suck. Yeah. Oh my gosh. Like the amount of hours you spend trying to get the thing that you need to get, especially when it's a collectible, just to pop a trophy? No. Jeez, no. No, thank you.
But sometimes, when it's just one trophy left,
it's not even technically one trophy. It's literally you collect. It's this to get the platinum is not to get all the trophies. To get the platinum is to find the collectibles in the game.
But this is the only thing that's stopping you from getting the plat, right?
The one thing, and it's RNG based, and it pisses me off.
It is
to
totally
no
worth
end.
it. Totally worth it.
I've
already spent so many hours.
Yeah,
on
I did it. LOE Noir. There was there's a trophy to sit there and get 95 vehicles, and all of those vehicles are not in a spot. You sometimes have to rely on RNG. You have to reset the game. It's all kinds of mess. That right there is a rare trophy, and there's a reason behind it. Because people who were playing that game when it first came out, a lot of people gave up on that. I didn't, because that was the only thing I needed to get the platinum, and I wasn't going to give up on it.
I don't think that makes it a good trophy, though.
I never said it was a good trophy. I just said I wasn't going to stop until I got it. And it was worth
RNG's
it because I got
RNG's
the
not
platinum
Dedication
for it.
to LA Noir is stronger than Foulius' to Spiritfarer, is what you're saying.
No, me and Koala are totally different people. So I'm not going to falter for not wanting to go back and do that.
Fair enough.
RNG's tough. RNG is not fun. It's like make it skill based or don't do it at all. Like it's like they're trolling us. Like I know Yoko Taro did it in your Automata. Like you have to collect certain items in order to upgrade all the weapons. And I looked it up. It is RNG based. Nobody had a specific way to get this material. Everybody had a different way. And I was like, okay, I'm just praying to the RNG gods to get me this material, to get me this trophy. It's hurt. It hurts. Question for the press pool. Yes, Ron. Yes.
Friend, you bringing up Automata, I have a perfect question for you. How do you feel
Please.
about people who purchased the platinum for that game instead of actually earning it?
Purchased?
Oh yeah, people. That's right.
That was an
How do
option.
you
You
purchase?
could buy. You could
Deep
buy the platinum
dive.
trophy. That
Yes,
was the
yes.
DLC for the game.
Yes, if
Right.
you get enough in-game currency, like so, yeah, if you just keep grinding and just get enough in-game currency, it's annoying. But if you do it, yeah, you can just buy the platinum
You
trophy
just
that
buy
way.
the platinum. Yeah.
So
yeah, just
what
get enough
is it-
in-game currency. Just keep.
What is it that you're buying in the game that pops the platinum?
You just need
So
enough
it's
in-game
in
currency.
the menu.
That's it.
It's like
You
a
just-
store.
Yeah. Yeah.
And you could just
Yeah.
purchase it.
Yeah, the
Yeah,
platinum
you just
trophy
go buy
is
it.
one of the
Yeah.
options you can buy in the in-game store.
Yeah.
Are you
Yeah,
serious?
you just need a lot.
Yeah.
You just need a lot of in-game currency, like an excessive
Wow.
amount. Yeah.
Yeah.
It's to make up
okay.
for what Matt
Yeah.
was just talking about with the RNG based trophies in the game. Because if you're just
Right.
sitting there and the RNG, like the random stuff isn't popping, well, it might be faster for you.
It's
to just
frustrating.
grind the having an option to
Right.
get the platinum trophy if you
Okay.
don't want to
Yeah.
wait for it.
Interesting.
I remember that. That's right. Good cut. Good deep dive. Good reference. I forgot about that. Yeah.
That was odd seeing that. And I was like, what the hell? No, like,
Yeah, I remember that. I was like, yeah. I was like, oh yeah, it is there.
then it was like,
it's a lot.
Yoko Taro. I wasn't surprised. I was like, well, he's a weird guy. So,
Yeah,
Yep.
he's such a troll.
My God. Well, moving on. Kevin Ainsworth says, "What are the worst trophies, and why are they new game plus or difficulty based trophies?" I think we kind of.
I agree, Kevin.
Difficulty.
I agree. Somebody else on this panel doesn't.
Yep.
I'm just saying, if a game has real difficulty that changes the game, and they don't force you to play it, it's not rewarding anymore. Like when I look at The Last of Us Part 1, when you're playing on easy story mode versus the hardest difficulty where when you're doing the listen mode and you can't do the X-ray vision, it's a different game. It's a different game. And to me, it's a shame that platinum doesn't force you to play on the hardest difficulty to play on different settings. It's a shame. It doesn't. I got the platinum. Did I get that sense of reward that I would get from, Resident Evil 2? The answer is no. I didn't, because I just played on story mode. Here, got my platinum. Good game. Not my favorite platinum though.
I mean, I totally don't see a problem doing it that way. But anyways, we're moving on. The captain says, "For me, a good platinum needs to consist of trophies that reward you for doing them, extra story content, weapons, and costumes. For example, I really enjoy combat challenges because it usually puts me out of my comfort zone and can show me a new way of taking on certain enemies in the main story. The platinums that I can give a multi-pass to are the ones that require multiple playthroughs, multiple tedious mini-games, or require a lot of grinding. But my question for you folks is, what is the most difficult trophy you have done? Not the platinum, but an individual story, individual trophy. Mine is to getting 0.0 seconds in the Chocobo race in Final Fantasy X. The thing was rigged, but to be unachievable 4 out of 5 times, meaning that you had to just get it just perfect when all the balloons are set in the right places. So what is the hardest individual trophy that we've gotten? I didn't look this up ahead of time. So does anyone know theirs off the top of my head while I look mine up?
Midnight Fight Express. There was a trophy for, I forgot what the name of it was. It was Get it in style or something like that, where you had to get an S rank on at least 20 levels. Oh my God. Midnight Fight Express is not an easy game. Getting that S rank on those 20 levels was tough. You gotta keep the combos going. You gotta pretty much not get hit, but it was satisfying to get it though. But yeah, that was a difficult one. Brittany brings up Malenia, but nothing more needs to be said about that one. Malenia is definitely a tough trophy to get. But yeah, definitely that Midnight Fight Express, which is a good game. People should play that one, especially if you're fans of Sifu. That was a good game.
Interesting. All right, I've got mine in front of me. I looked it up because this is my rarest trophy on PSN profiles, and honestly, this is easily like the toughest one that I've done in memory, which is in Mega Man Legacy Collection. There's a challenge mode in that game, and one of the challenges is to beat every single Robot Master across Mega Man 1 through 6, Buster only, on one set of health with no health refills. And somehow I managed to do it. So getting that trophy was ridiculous. The main trophy calls for just doing the challenge, being able to use the weapons themselves on one set of life. But I actually managed to do the Buster only challenge.
That trophy's got to be ultra rare. It's got.
Yeah, I mean,
That's
on
tough.
PlayStation, it's 0.9%.
Yeah. Wow.
It's ridiculous.
Yeah.
But yeah, and that game has no platinum, so I didn't bother getting kind of the other two trophies, which are like
0.9%.
50 gold medals, which is, so getting gold medals on every single challenge in the game, and some of them are like really hard.
That's highway robbery because Mega Man is tough enough where that deserves a platinum. That's kind of messed up.
Yeah.
That's kind of messed up. Wow.
That is weird. It doesn't have a platinum. That is kind of strange.
Yeah.
Yeah, but I mean those were the days though, like early PlayStation 4 stuff, that a lot of the like smaller games just didn't have platinums, and that was just one of them. Because I think the rest of the Legacy collections did after the first one, but the first one's the only one that has no platinum, which is weird. But what about you, Matt or Fulia? Do you have a trophy for us?
I don't know what's my rarest one, but the hardest one off the top of my head, it is from Final Fantasy VII Remake. It's the VR missions. I don't remember what the exact name of it, but you basically have to fight like 5 or 6 summons in like a marathon, like, and you just got to keep going on to hardest difficulty. That one was easily the hardest one for me to get through, because it's one thing to get through, 1 or 2 summons back to back on the hardest difficulty, but to get through like all 6 and like you only have so many limited like ways to heal, like it's very, very challenging. So to marathon that, like, you have to be so specific in terms of like when to use MP and stuff like that, and even just like party selection. Like sometimes you have to some certain party members are better for other summons. Like that one's punishing. I don't know how rare it is, but that one was definitely the most difficult one for me.
Sounds like a FromSoft game.
No, it does not. Stop it.
That you refuse to play.
Does not. Come on, that's not like Elden Ring. Come on, get out of here, Ron.
Yeah.
Nice try.
Oh,
It's not happening.
I also forgot to mention, I also have the other hardest one I have is actually from Rock Band 2, beating the Impossible Band Challenge, which is to play every single song in the game back to back to back without being able to pause.
Ooh, every single. Oh wow.
Yeah. And I also have the Killzone 2 trophy, or Killzone 2 trophy for being the #1 rated player in the world at the game at one point. So there's that one too. That was
Nice.
that was a hard one to get.
Okay. Well, I haven't got this one yet, but I'm kind of working on it. And it's a trophy for the last time I saw you. And the trophy's name is Ninja Hero Retro Gaming. It's a mini game in the game that is kicking my butt trying to get that trophy, because the moment I get that trophy, I can unlock the artwork for it to then unlock the platinum.
Amazing.
It's so difficult, but apparently even the I mentioned it on Blue Sky, and then the developers were like, just keep an eye out for those chests that you'll get it. We believe in you. And I'm like, yay. It's so hard.
You see that, Matt? But we sit there and tell her that she can get that Spiritfarer trophy, and she doesn't care. I guess we gotta get the developers. We gotta get the developers to holler at her.
Hold
She'll
on.
listen to the
Hold on a
developers,
second.
not
Wait
her
a minute.
friends.
Listen.
Okay, Lockleth.
just because I'm trying to platinum this game because it's got a difficult mini game doesn't mean that I'm not gonna go back to Spiritfarer. But the Spiritfarer one is RNG based. At least with this one is skill
pray to the
based trying to
gods.
get through it, not RNG.
Pray to the RNG gods, Fulia.
Matt,
That's
it's
what we
all
all
right.
do.
I'm gonna holler at the Spiritfarer devs. I'm gonna have them send her a message, and then she'll do it. She doesn't want to
Some
listen
words
to
of
her friends.
encouragement.
No. That is not what I'm trying to say here.
Who cares what her friends think?
The RNG gods hate me.
They hate all of us,
That
Fulia.
is kinda
They
how
hate
that
all of
works.
us. It's
It'd
not.
be like that
It's not
sometimes.
personal. Don't worry.
It'd be like that sometimes.
Yeah. They hate all of us. Don't worry.
It's fine. It'll be that platinum trophy will always be your white whale, Fulia. You'll never catch it, and that's okay.
And it's a
get it,
fish
Koala.
too. Jeez.
And it
You'll
kind
get
of
it.
works. Yes.
You'll get it.
You'll get it.
You'll get
You'll
it.
get it. Just got to get
right.
back in there.
We believe in you.
Yep.
right.
Yep.
That's right. We believe in you. And so do the devs. The devs believe in you also.
I don't. But
Oh God. We almost had her.
I think you should just play games you enjoy instead. That's what I think. But
I was enjoying Spiritfarer. It's just that,
were.
that one little
You
fish,
were.
that one little fishing collectible is what's killing me.
Oh,
look
Riley
at
said
Riley
it has
King
to
in the
Spirit
chat
Fairs
here, rubbing in
2.5.
the 3.5 again.
Good question, Riley.
Right.
Anyway,
Probably.
for full sanity, I'm moving on. Quaggy says, "It is I, the Quaggy, king of the Xenobabes. I'm happy that I decided to try the Uncharted series. However, it seems like the series may be dead. Do you think Sony has someone working on it? Will we find out in 6 weeks that there's a live service of it, version of it, that has been canceled?" Quaggy, as far as I know of, and correct me if I'm wrong, you guys, because I haven't been keeping up as much with Quaggy's journey through Uncharted. I don't think Quaggy has played to the end of Uncharted 4 yet. But
He just finished Lost Legacy.
yeah, I was gonna say because that
he
they
played?
like end things
I think he
pretty
did play 4.
conclusively at the end of 4. I think.
Yeah, he
gonna
played
ask,
4.
yeah.
He beat it.
Yeah,
Because that's
Okay.
when he beat that and then he started playing Lost Legacy.
yeah, because I don't know what about you, Quaggy, but like after I played Uncharted 4, I'm almost like I don't feel like they need to do another Uncharted game. I think they've told all the story they want to tell, and I'm okay with that. Like it kind of reminds me of like something like Jack and Daxter from where I really felt like they kind of wrapped up everything they wanted to say in Jack and Daxter in 3 games and they moved on. Like I felt the same way about Uncharted, but even more so maybe actually with Uncharted with kind of the way they left things. But I'm curious to know what y'all think about this.
Well, there was that PlayStation trailer they did when they were showing like all their PlayStation Studio games and stuff, and there was something there that I don't want to talk about and spoil for anybody who hasn't played Uncharted 4 yet. But there was something there during that trailer that had everybody a little excited, wondering if perhaps maybe Uncharted would continue. I'll have to send that trailer to Quag, and maybe we can talk about it. But for those who saw that trailer and remember that moment, they're probably like, maybe. But Sony's been so quiet about it. Who knows? At this point, it'll be a PlayStation 6 game if they are working on it. But I wouldn't mind seeing it continue. I could see where it would go, but at the same time, too, I'm with Ryan. Where I think after 4, I think it closed off in a good spot. Where if they don't go back to it, then it's fine. But if they want to continue and they want to have the cast of Lost Legacy in it, I am perfectly fine with that. If they choose to do so.
Yeah, because they could also do like you're right. They could do like a new Uncharted game with like different characters in the same world. Kind of how like I always imagined they would do Last of Us Part 2 was instead of having it be a Joel and Ellie story, like maybe a story about other people in that world, because I felt like they kind of said everything they wanted to say about Joel and Ellie in that first game, which is maybe why so many people are so disjointed with Last of Us Part 2.
Yeah.
Like
Yeah.
I kind of feel the same way about Uncharted, where like maybe if they are ever going to explore that universe again, like have it with different characters, or I mean they could do a prequel if they wanted to, kind of like
Chloe and
Golden
Nadine
Abyss
deserve
was.
justice. A sequel needs to happen. That would be great.
Yeah, but what about you, Matt or Fulia? Fulia, I know you haven't played Uncharted, so I probably don't have a lot to say about this one.
She played the first one.
Yeah,
She played the first one, right?
She'll play the
I've
second
only
one.
played- I've
in
only
2029.
I've only played the first one. I'm hoping to get through the rest of them, but yeah, slowly but surely.
yeah.
I wouldn't be surprised. Like I know Quag was joking, but I wouldn't be surprised if they were developing a live service that's been canceled. I could totally see that. I mean,
Yep.
listen, if you asked me 3 years ago, would they be making a live service God of War game? I'd be like, no. Yet, here we are, where they were. So,
Yep.
it wouldn't surprise me, Quag. It wouldn't surprise me at all.
Look, God of War Ascension multiplayer just showed that a God of War multiplayer game clearly needs to be a thing that exists. And of course, sarcasm in my voice here. Moving on. We got Black Wyvern who says, hello. With the announcement of Housemarque's new game, Saros, I've been thinking about a couple questions on roguelikes/roguelites. So my first question to y'all is, do you like roguelikes or roguelites? And then we'll answer that before we get to the rest of these. I have mentioned many times on the show before, I don't really like roguelikes or roguelites. So they are not for me. I mean, I always like to give games a try, of course. Like I will definitely try, a new roguelike or roguelite if, someone's saying, that they're really enjoying one, to see if maybe one will hook me or something like that down the road. Like Dead Cells was an example of that, where I tried it because I heard a lot of people saying good things about it, and it just wasn't for me. But that's just how I feel about roguelikes or roguelites. So what do y'all think about them?
Same. I mean, I tried a few. Hades was the last one. I just couldn't get into it. I tried it multiple times, and it was just one of those things where it's not for me. I just prefer like solid progression. I don't like taking on the same bosses over and over again to get past it and then die and then have to do it all over again. I need some kind of permanent progression going. I don't think roguelikes will ever be for me unless there's some kind of weird change to the formula. But if there is a change to the formula, is it going to be a roguelite or roguelike anymore? So, yeah, not for me. But I can see why some people are into them.
I'm the exact same way as Ron and Ryan. These games are not for me. I'm excited for people who like Housemarque and Saros, but not on my interest, not on my radar. It's just not for me.
That's fair. I'm new to it just because I've been playing a little bit of Cult of the Lamb here and there. Okay. That specifically has been fun because it's got a really cute aesthetic to it. You've got all these little animals and all that sort of stuff. There's a bit of resource collection and farming aspects to it, and you're looking after a cult, which is kind of funny as well. The roguelite aspects of it all, where you're going around trying to find more followers or bring down all these demons and all that sort of stuff, is the part that sometimes gets me, because you'll get through to a certain area, you get to like the boss battle, and then if you lose, you start from scratch and you're all the way back at the start again. As in, you're back at your camp, your cult camp, and then you'll have to go through that whole path again just to get to that boss. But then everything else like kind of changes it up. So I don't mind it. It's a first for me playing through a roguelite. I do have Returnal because I won it during a year of Extra Life.
I can't wait for that stream. I cannot wait.
I don't know if I'll ever get around to playing that game.
You need to pull the poll up for that. That needs to be the next poll. That needs to be on the next poll.
The moment I put that on a poll, it's gonna end up winning, and I don't want that.
I'm gonna guarantee that it'll win. I'll put that on Blue Sky. I'll repost it every 10 minutes. I will get the whole PSD behind it. You will end up playing Returnal for sure.
The other one that I will mention,
I'd like to see
the other one I will mention is at Extra Life this past year, we got together and I played a little bit of Vampire Survivors with Bowser and a few other friends, and that for me, I don't know. That one was a little too. I don't know. It wasn't a game that I would enjoy to continue playing. It was nice to try it. So that I got an understanding of what the game was about and why everybody loves it so much. But I'm not all about that, to be honest. Yes, Ron?
So, since Hades is supposed to be the roguelike for people who do not like roguelikes, maybe you should play that. And stream it, please.
Honestly, Hades looks cool. And it's got a lot of, it's got Greek mythology throughout as well.
The story is great. That's why I hurt so bad. It's a great looking game. The story's interesting as hell. It's just the gameplay loop.
Yeah, I think the one thing it's kind of scaring me off is just the difficulty of it, of getting through it and all that sort of stuff. So I think that's probably why I haven't gone out of my way to play it. But I've heard so many good things about Hades, and it looks really cool. I don't know whether I'm going to enjoy it as much as others have.
I think you should try.
I don't know.
You
We'll
should.
see.
We'll see. All right. Second question of 3 from Black Wyvern we've got. What are your thoughts on Returnal? Do we like Returnal here? Has anyone here besides me played Returnal?
No.
No.
I didn't play it. I watched the Let's Play because I wanted to see how that story was going to end. So,
I
it's a great
did.
looking game.
I did not 1, but 2 reviews for Returnal because I reviewed both the PlayStation version and then the PC version. And I thought it was okay, but similar to what we talked about, like it was really like the rogue like elements that really just pushed the game out of the way for me. Like it was just not for me. But I love Housemarque's games, like as I love kind of their arcade style games.
Yeah, I do like the previous games.
Like Super Stardust and stuff. I think are all great. So I wanted to like it because I like Housemarque a lot, but I just for whatever reason this game just wasn't for me.
Yeah, I'm glad it did
again,
well.
this was their first time like doing this type of game.
Yep, and it did good for him, and kind of put Housemarque on the map. So I'm happy for him on that point for sure. And like I said, Returnal had an interesting story. It's just once again that gameplay loop.
Yeah, because I loved all like the horror sci-fi stuff that they added to the story and stuff, like exploring the house, like all that stuff was really cool. But just the loop of dying and resetting the planet with a randomly generated planet over and over again was not my cup of tea.
Oh, see, that puts me off so much now.
Yeah,
No.
Even
No,
more.
no. Don't let me and Ryan talk about it and get you. No.
yeah.
That
Just
puts
'cause
me
it
off
didn't-
even more than the actual horror aspect of it.
Just because that it doesn't work for me doesn't mean it shouldn't work for you.
Yeah, it's not. It's
It'll
not
work
like
for you, Fulia.
horror. It's like
they're
exactly.
horror elements, but it's
psychological,
not a horror
like
game.
Yeah.
Yeah.
They're the worst kind
cozy
for
game.
me.
Psychological horror. It's not
Don't
bad.
Cozy game, Matt, please.
It's a cozy game. It's like Animal Crossing.
It
they're
can
one
be.
and the same.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Exactly.
Look, there's a chance I might play it if there's an easy mode.
Well,
Is there an easy mode?
Well,
there's no
wait, I think-
no difficulty options of any kind in Return.
Okay, well
maybe
then
they
that's
patched it in.
not looking good.
They will never patch it
They
in.
probably
but-
patched in. Ron's right. That's right.
Maybe you can play with Matt because 2 people can play the
Oh
game.
my gosh, not again.
Oh, can you really?
true.
There's
They
2
can.
players?
Yes,
Oh.
you and Matt can play it together.
Yeah. Which
I'm
then
interested now. I am
leads us
interested.
to the third
That'd
and
be
final
fun.
question from Black Wyvern, who says, "Do you think Seros should come with a difficulty mode that can be changed at the start of each run?" Because yes, as I mentioned, there's no difficulty modes in Returnal, but would difficulty modes help it? Honestly, I don't. I think the people that just are not into this type of game, they're probably not going to be into this type of game, whether there's difficulty options or not.
I don't know. Seros might be a different kind of beast for them because, I mean, they haven't give too many gameplay details yet, but they mentioned something about like permanent progression, which I'm wondering how exactly that's supposed to work if it's going to be a roguelike. So I am intrigued on that part because if there's permanent progression to it, especially if it's like weapon side of things, I might be mildly interested in this, depending on how the permanent progression is handled. So the permanent progression will make it a little bit easier from the typical roguelike if they do it the way I'm thinking. So technically that could be an easier difficulty. I'm not sure. I guess we'll have to wait to see once gameplay details come out.
Interesting. Yeah. I mean, I don't know. I'm kind of set in my ways in a little bit, but I'm hopeful. I think there should be difficulty options if the developers think there
It
should
would be nice. I mean, Hades kind of had like a God mode kind of thing. So
Yeah.
I guess if they do something like that, then maybe.
Look, it's okay if they add in like, one's just, play through it as normal and then one's just maybe story mode kind of a situation where it's less of the difficult challenges of the battles and stuff.
However, they better throw in a difficulty trophy in there for that platinum, or it's going to be a trash platinum according to Matt. So we can't let that happen.
That's right.
That's right.
Listen up,
Approved.
Housewife. Listen up,
Shame on
Housewife.
you,
Squirrel
Matt.
approved
Shame
platinum.
on you.
Yeah,
That's right.
they don't
We
wanna-
should make a little logo for him. It says there's squirrel approved platinum.
Yeah.
Raccoon approved. Raccoon approved.
Raccoon approved.
Raccoon approved.
He's transitioned. He's now the raccoon instead of a squirrel.
We have the 2 sides of Bat, the squirrel, the raccoon.
It's official. All right. Moving on, we got Kiku who says, "How do you guys feel about paying someone else to get trophies in games for them?" And this goes back to something I said before.
Ew.
you know what? People can do whatever they want with their money. And if they want to pay someone to go get platinum trophies for them, then whatever. It doesn't bother me. People are allowed to spend their money however they want to spend their money. And if that's what they want to spend their money on, then that's fine with me.
I would rather not have to go through, like, if I know I'm not going to be able to get it, then I'm okay with it. I'll be just like, cool.
That's right.
That's fine.
That's right.
This is not. This
not
question
gonna get
is directed because first of all, Kiku had a different question before, but then Kiku mentioned in chat because she had submitted the same question as Kevin Ainsworth that she wanted to switch it up. So this question doesn't necessarily pertain to us paying someone to get platinums from, but how do we feel about other people doing that?
Right.
Shameful. I'm still gonna say it.
Look, here's the thing. I'm not going to go out of my way to do it myself because if I know I'm not going to be able to get it, then I'm not going to get it, and that's okay with me. Now, other people getting it, that's not my money. They can do whatever the hell they want with it. I don't care.
That's how I feel about it. Again, like it's the same. It's the same discussion about people getting easy platinums. Like if people want to spend their money on it, it's fine.
As they should be.
I will silently judge, but I won't. But I'll be nice. I'll be like, okay, that's cool. But I won't say anything
be
else.
nice about it? Nah. I had to air them out.
Nope. I'm not about to call them out. No. If that's
so
what
nice,
they want to
Koala.
do, if that's what they want to spend their money on, that's their prerogative. That's not mine.
Like Brittany said, where are your standards? Where's your pride?
Hey, it's not my standard that's lowered. It's theirs.
That scene of Game of Thrones, the lady's going through with the bell saying shame. That's for you.
Now, in the Twitch chat, ask what not why asked. Said, do people really pay people to get platinums for them? To which Kiku responded in the YouTube chat saying,
"Of course they do.
My older brother has paid other people to do it for him. I didn't even know it was a thing until he showed me listings for it on eBay."
Wow.
Yeah, Brittany, trophy trafficking.
It's a thing.
Wow. Okay.
It isn't. But wait, in order to do that, do you not? You have to let them sign in as you, right?
You sure
so
do.
That the trophy's under your
Or
account.
I mean, no, because there's
Or
like
have
that,
them over at the house, I guess.
there's that share played. There's that share played mode that's on the PlayStation 4 and 5 that allows you like someone else to control the controls remotely, and I think that's how.
Okay. That's a little bit.
No.
That's less concerning than me giving a stranger my ACK login account for my PSN.
Yeah,
Who knows what they're doing?
Good.
That makes more sense. Okay.
Yeah.
Oh, no, it doesn't change my answer whatsoever. It's shameful. For anybody else out there doing that, go look in the mirror, take a long look, and ask, what are you doing with your life? Shame
Some
on
of them
you.
might be like, money well spent is the way that they might look
That's
at
right. Got that plat, baby.
Disgusting. Did you get that plat, though?
it. Oh man,
But their money.
Matt,
bought
since
that
we're
plat.
talking about the logistics of actually having someone doing this, imagine what you'd have to do to pay someone to get the Final Fantasy 14 platinum for you, which takes over 1,000 hours to get.
Wow.
Like having having them just sit on your PlayStation for 1,000 hours to get that platinum for you.
I can't. That's just.
No.
How do you
It's not
even
worth it anymore,
equate a
guys.
value
It's just
to
a
that?
platinum trophy. Yeah,
How
it's not
how
worth
do
it
you-
anymore.
Give me $50. Give me $50, and I'll plat this for you. I mean, how's that even?
Well, they probably get paid by the hour, I'm guessing.
Oh my god. Oh,
Yeah,
my gosh.
no. Can you imagine paying somebody and they don't get the platinum for you?
Yeah, exactly. Like,
No
how does that work?
refunds.
Do I pay you first?
No
And then what happens
refunds.
if you fail and you don't get the job done? Like somebody, hey, can you play
you
the other
imagine?
ring for me? I'll give you $100. Okay, cool. You do the transaction first, and then after that they ghost you, and you're out $100 and you still don't got the plan.
Well, welcome to eBay.
Could you
Ron.
imagine? Yeah,
That kind of thing happens.
that's right. eBay. Yeah, there's protection for customers.
Yeah, I
You can
guess.
show them. I didn't get the platinum. I didn't get the platinum. Look at my account.
Or what happens if you get the platinum first, and then you say, "Hey, I planned this for you. Where's my money?" And he'd be like, "Sorry, you got the wrong
Also-
number."
Oh, Riley King, that's a great suggestion. Ryan is going to sell his movie collection so he can get the Final Fantasy 14 platinum. That's a good idea, actually. I could probably get enough
He would never do
scrounge
that,
enough
Ron.
together after doing that to get it.
Oh no, the movie collection's worth more than that. Stop it. It's not worth it. No.
We'll see. I mean, that movie collection's got a 4K copy of John Carpenter's Ghosts of Mars on it, so I don't know how valuable it really is. But, anyways, final question of the evening is from King Riley Smiley, who asks, "What's your excitement level for Monster Hunter Wilds, and why is it a 10?" And of course, Ron, as we established
correct.
earlier, is the one person who's really excited for Monster Hunter Wilds.
He's correct. Nobody else on the host care, Riley, except Fee. I'm with you.
I am no hype here.
Excited for people. Excited for you guys.
Excited for people who are very excited.
Happy
for
for
it.
you.
Let Matt and Fulia fool you. If it was on the Switch, they'd be all over it.
No,
they'd be all over it.
No, even if it was
is it on the baked potato? Is it?
No.
Is it really?
I think right
there are other Monster Hunter games that are on Switch, but I'm not.
It's just Rise. The stories was, which is RPG.
Yeah.
So
not
really the same.
I mean, I was more to put it in perspective. I was more excited for all the footage from the Sonic Cross Worlds beta that happened this weekend because that game looks dope. I can't wait to play that game. Of course, that's the new Sonic racing game. It looks awesome. But there you go. That's going to do it for this week's episode of the PlayStation Drive. But before we go, of course, we got to say thank you to all of our patrons over at patreon.com/carpoolgaming, starting with our ultimate producers, Jonathan Brown, behind the music on our podcast, as well as the Xbox Drive. You can find all of his music over at his Linktree, linktr.ee/pme.jib, including his new album, Me, Myself, and I. There's a deluxe edition of it out right now. You can go listen to that. Cwagmire, who humbly reminds you that the best babes are in fact Xenobabes, and TechMike, who says, whether you're Kevesi or Agnian, you're a Xenobabe at heart. Links to all of our ultimate producers can always be found in the description of our podcast. Our platinum producers, Smokin Joe, The Captain, and Tim Paullin, and our gold members, Adam K, Anna, Awesome Dave 1337, Brad Moore, Brian Reese, Cecily Carrozza, Dan and Luma, Dannohh, Emily Kelly, John 32, Vigorwitz 330, Mr. Giggles, OldMrFrump, Patrice Mallette, Peje, Riley King, and Stephen Keller. Shout out once again to all of our patrons over at patreon.com/carpoolgaming. And of course, if you want to head on over there, hop in the car with us, choose the tier that's right for you. And now, Ron, plugs go.
Savoy Prime on all the things. PlayStation, Xbox, Steam, Blue Sky, PSN profiles, True Trophies, backlogged.
And Matt, where can people find you?
You can find me as Nagachaka in the Carpool Gaming Discord, and you can find me on Blue Sky and hit me up. Show me your trophy list. Tell me how wrong I am about platinum trophies. Find me in Blue Sky. Let me know.
Nice. Fulia?
You can find me. At Foolish Fuji on Blue Sky, Instagram, YouTube, Twitch, and of course Backlogged to check out all of the games I've been checking out as well, playing, reviewing, and all that jazz. You can also find me at foolishfuji.com for all of the other content, including my own little merch, and of course, just for you guys, foolishfuji.card.co.
Card! Yar. As for me, you can find me on the Discord at Ryan Turford. You can also find me over on Backlogged at Ryan Turford as well, where I'm also putting all the games I'm playing over there. I have it marked that I'm playing Zelda Skyward Sword HD. I'm probably going to be changing that after the show to shelved. But you know what? It's fine. It still says I'm playing it. I'll have something else there pretty soon. Maybe just Final Fantasy 14 the rest of the year. I don't know. We'll see. So for Fulia, Matt, and Ron, I'm Ryan. This has been the PlayStation Drive episode 187, and we're out. Good night, everybody.
Adios, friends.
Bye.
Thanks for checking out this week's episode of the PlayStation Drive. Now, before you drive off, please make sure to like and subscribe on YouTube and follow us at Carpool Gaming on socials. Don't forget to check out our awesome merch on carpoolgaming.com, and you can also support the show on Patreon at patreon.com/carpoolgaming, where you'll unlock all kinds of exclusive content. Links to everything are in the description.